We're working in a very fast paced work environment. Everything has become like a 2-minute noodle recipe. Everybody requires things quickly. The deadline should be met, your target should be met, your project should have been completed by now, the assignment should have been done. What are you waiting for? I needed this as of yesterday. So, there's a lot of work pressure that we have at work, right? And because of that, we land up putting a lot of hours that we put in at work. Now, whether those number of hours, is it aligning with the outcomes? Well, today in our professional work environment, aligning with outcomes is more desirable than the number of hours that you're putting in. So no longer, if you have been like a good boy or a good girl, what if you've been like a good man and a woman, and if you've been working late hours, you've been sitting in the office, like, if everybody's gone but you're still working, it's not like you'll be appreciated forever, because if those long working hours do not lead to the desired outcomes, then nobody will appreciate you, and you'll end up saying that, I'm the first one to come to office, I'm the last one to go, why they're not appreciating me, it's not my fault. Well, the company is looking at what is the desired outcome of your efforts, and not that okay, fine, you were working late hours, but if it's not resulting into anything, then it's waste of your time and your effort and your energy. So I think you need a mindset shift here, and hence, I thought, let me make this video for all of you, why it's important to align with outcomes and not the number of hours, and how you can do that, right? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, You with Sonia on Thinking Thursdays. Yes, so please grab your cups of coffee and let's get started with the episode today. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've still not subscribed to my channel. And yes, so let's start with the episode. So like I was mentioning, success is no longer measured by the number of hours we put in, but by the outcomes that we achieve. Yet many professionals still equate long working hours with productivity, often leading to burnout and inefficiency and lack of fulfillment. A true high performance mindset prioritizes results over effort, ensuring that your time is invested in the right manner, it's invested wisely in high impact activities, whether you're an entrepreneur or a corporate leader or just an employee. Shifting hour-based work to outcome-based work can significantly boost your efficiency, your job satisfaction, and of course will help you in your career growth. Do you agree with me? So let's explore how to shift to an outcome-driven mindset, along with, I'll give you some examples, some practical tips, and some rules to follow at each stage. So let's start. Now, if I have to look at how do I align myself with the outcome, so the first thing you need to do is you need to set very clear, measurable goals for yourself, right? So that's where the mindset will shift. So don't just work, define what success looks like before you start your work. Many professionals sit at their desks for hours responding to emails, attending meetings, and completing some random tasks that are given to them without a clear sense of what they actually need to achieve. Instead, you should focus on your SMART goals. Without a clear sense of what they actually want to achieve or what they need to achieve, right? So instead, you should always focus on SMART goals. I always mention this because I'm like a true ambassador of the SMART concept, right? What does SMART mean? Like, SMART is what? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So whatever activity that you're doing, whatever project that you're trying to undertake, whatever, results that you want to achieve, and whatever project has been given to you, always ask yourself, does this fit into the SMART criteria? Right? Specific meaning, clearly define what you want to achieve. What is going to be the outcome of that? Is it aligned with the company goals? Is it aligned with the results that the company is seeking from you? And measurable means you should track the progress with numbers or some key driven key performance indicators, which is the KPIs, right? Achievable is nothing but ensure it's realistic and within your constraints, like within your powers to finish. So if your manager is saying that I need this presentation by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, it should be on my table, and he's given you this assignment, say in the afternoon, and you already have some other things going on, you can't leave your entire work just to work on this presentation. So there, I think you need to put your foot down by saying that, I already have enough on my plate. I don't think I can do this by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. But yes, you need to give me, 1 or 2 days. I will come back to you. Let me go through what does this presentation entail, how much of my effort needs to go into it, whether I have the resources or not. And then give me an hour. I will come back to you with the timeline at the earliest, what I can achieve. And, that's a better way of putting it rather than, whatever the work is coming on your table and you say, okay. And then you will land yourself in trouble. Yeah. So always track your progress with numbers, with your key performance indicators. See whether you will be able to achieve that in the timeline that is being given to you, whether it's achievable, and also look at whether it's relevant or not, whether it is aligning with your broader work objectives, right? So for example, there is some random training happening and you are in sales, and there is some finance training happening, and because the management said all the department needs to function, and you say, okay, fine, this is fine, but I have some important customer meeting and I really need to go there because I might pick up a check and closure might happen. So then you need to say it's not relevant to the role that I'm in. However, that training might add skills to me, but at the moment, it's not aligning with my broader work objective. My objective is to meet my target. So hence, decline it. Whether it's relevant to you or not, you need to figure that out, right? And time bound, set deadlines to stay accountable. If you have taken up a task, then you need to put a time to it as well, that by when will you be able to finish it? Right? Whether that time is realistic as per your efforts or not, like I mentioned, right? So instead of saying, I'll work on the sales strategy for this month, set a clear outcome that I will finalize the sales strategy for Q2 by Friday, ensuring that it includes customer segmentation plan or pricing strategy. And of course, there will be a lead generation roadmap also. Now, what are you doing? Instead of just saying that I'm going to be working on a sales strategy for this month, what are you doing? You are detailing it, keeping that SMART criteria that I will finalize the sales strategy for Q2 by Friday, ensuring that it includes whatever customer segmentation plan, pricing strategy, and maybe a lead generation roadmap or whatever else that is required. So you are being very specific. And here you can follow a thumb rule that I always follow, that start every day by asking yourself, what are the 2 to 3 most important results that I need to achieve today? And when you start asking that, you are already getting into that zone of mindset shift, right? And the next one is that we all believe that the more hard work that we do, the better it is for our career. Well, in some cases, yes, you're right. But today, with so much happening around us, so much happening online, and things are moving at a very faster pace, you don't just need to work hard, but you need to work smarter. Now, how do you do that? Stop equating your long working hours with productivity. That if I work for 8 hours, 10 hours, I'm being very productive. No, focus on high value activities instead of your long working hours, right? So spending 12 hours at work doesn't mean you become very productive, right? The real question is, did you achieve what matters? And if the answer is no, then those 12 hours have no meaning at all, right? So you need to get into an outcome driven activities, and you can focus on, say, high impact tasks. prioritize work that drive results, right? And you can delegate. If a task can be done by somebody else, delegate it. You don't need to get into everything, right? And allocate time for some deep work that you need to do, maybe some research that you're working on, or some strategy that you're working on which requires your complete focus. So you can allocate time for that, where you'll be free from distractions also. So for example, instead of attending every meeting, a project manager could ask, what decisions need to be made? Can this be done via email? If a meeting is not essential, skip it. Use that time for your other strategy or execution or implementation or some planning, or looking at another project for that matter, right? So always ask yourself, what decisions need to be made, and can this be done in whatever format that is coming in front of you? And here I can give you one rule. Here, the rule that you can apply is your 80-20 rule, which is the Pareto principle. 80% of your results, they come from 20% of your efforts. You heard me right. 80% of your results always come from 20% of your efforts. So identify and focus on that 20%, because that will give you the maximum output. And slowly, gradually, all this becomes like a habit. Initially, you might figure out, you might have issues figuring out things as to, am I doing it the right way? Is it right or not? But I'm sure sooner or later, you will come on track, and it'll become like a habit, and you feel that, it's no longer taking that effort that initially you thought it'll take, right? The next I want to speak about is that measure your progress and not the activity. That I was today working on social media too, I was writing content, I was working on a presentation, I did a lot of multitasking. But if all of that multitasking did not result into anything, do you think it'll be of any use? So always look at what was the progress, and not just look at the activities that you did at work. So focus on the progress made rather than the time spent working on it, right? Many professionals I've seen, they get caught up in the busyness, that I'm very busy, I don't have the time, answering emails, attending to meetings, and multitasking. And they generally, they want to be part of every meeting, because they want to feel very important, that how come I was not called for this meeting? Has it happened in your office too? There will be some people in the office who always want to show that they are overworked, the company cannot run without them, and they are like under pressure all the time, and they keep passing down that pressure also to other professionals, because they want to pretend that they're very busy, but their productivity is zero. The outcomes are not that much, because they believe that they can multitask and it's all very good, all of which, feel very productive, but in the end may not contribute to meaningful results, right? So instead, set up your weekly reviews to measure progress, right? For example, a marketing executive working on a campaign shouldn't say that I worked 20 hours on social media strategy this week. Instead, our campaign engagement increased by 35%, and we generated 500 new leads. Now, that is your outcome, right? You're not just focusing on whatever activity that you did, but you're also looking at what was the outcome, right? So instead of saying, I was working on social media strategy, I was working on that presentation deck. So all you can then look at is that because I was working on a social media strategy, that resulted in, the campaign engagement increased by 35%. The leads what we got were like very good. I was working on, say a presentation deck. Now, because of that presentation deck, there were a lot of insights that we could draw, and because of that, we have actually gone ahead and changed our product. So, when you're doing a result based activity, when you're looking at what is the result and outcome, that is so much better. It makes you feel that yes, you are contributing something, and it's not like that you're doing work for the heck of doing it, right? So here a rule that you can follow is that end your each day, when your work day comes to an end and now you're ready to pack your bags and go home, or you're going for a socializing activity, going meeting with your friends or something. So always at that point of time when you're about to leave work, ask yourself, what outcomes did I achieve today? And then plan the next day accordingly. Well, if you don't get the time to do it at work, you can obviously, before you go to bed, ask yourself, what did I achieve today? What was the outcome today? Did I do something meaningful? Was the outcome really that great, that so many hours that I put in at work, was it justified or not? And then see, how does my next day looking like? And this will actually become again a habit for you, and it's going to be very beneficial for you as well, right? And next is focus on your solutions and not just the problems. We have this habit of saying, no, this can't be done. There is an issue in that. Oh, that can't be done because, there are so many obstacles that are in front of us. So we always like to create problems, or we would like to only see the problems, and we don't want to focus on finding solutions for that, right? So that also requires a mindset shift now. So stop over analyzing the obstacles or the hurdles, shift to problem solving mode, and not just looking at the problem. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, there's a mountain. Oh, there's a mountain. So instead of only focusing on that there is an issue, there's a problem, focus your mind into, or shift your mind to a problem solving mode. Switch on. The problem solving mode is on now, right? So the quicker that you shift your mind will be better for you, because outcome driven professionals don't spend weeks and weeks analyzing what went wrong, why did it go wrong. Instead, they focus on, what are the solutions? Okay, fine. This has happened, period. We'll analyze it later. But if this has happened, what is it that we can do so that, this problem goes away? And what are the next steps? For example, if the sales team misses the target, right? Instead of dwelling on, oh, I missed the target. Again, my manager is going to scold me. I don't know why I couldn't meet the target. I worked very hard. So instead of just dwelling on that failure, they can actually look at identifying what were the gaps. Why was my conversion rate so low? Brainstorm on what fixes can be done. So maybe you can speak to your colleagues, speak to your manager to say that I don't know why my conversion rate was so low. I maybe my pitch needs to be revised, or I need some training on closures, or I'm not able to build the rapport with the customer very quickly. So maybe that needs a little bit of working on that particular area. And then take action. If you need training, if you need to revise a pitch, get onto that action mode and revise that pitch. Use that pitch with your next customer and see whether that result is coming or not, whether that customer has now bought your product or not, right? So implement, which is like, you need to take an action, because if you keep brainstorming, you've identified the gaps, but you're not taking action, then you're still into that problem zone, but you're not looking at solving that problem, right? So please, when you've identified gaps, you've done brainstorming to figure out what's the solution, then you need to take an action. So even if it's required a training, please ensure that your company provides you with training. If you need to revise your pitch, you need to look at different areas to improve your productivity, get into an implementation zone, and then look at doing a follow-up system on it. That, I did this. Now, what is the next follow-up? How will I, is it aligning now? Is it improving my conversion rate or not, right? So here I can give you a rule to follow, which is, so whenever that you're facing a challenge, always ask yourself, what is that one action I can take right now to move forward? I always do that. So whenever I'm stuck into any problematic situation, or I'm in a fix somewhere and I don't know what to do, I always ask myself, what is the one action I can take right now that will help me move forward? And there it is, it just changes your energies, you become more positive, you actually come out of that sulking zone as well. It helps you heal as well of anything that you're going through, right? So always ask yourself these questions, follow these rules. And I think I also here I would like to touch upon that we all talk about work life balance, and we need to have our work life and we need to focus on our personal life too. But here I'd like to say that focus on work life integration and not just work life balance. What does it mean? That instead of trying to balance your work and your personal life separately, integrate them to create a very sustainable routine for yourself. So outcome driven professionals, they recognize that productivity is tied down to my energy levels, right? So they start prioritizing their health, their mindset, their boundaries that they set for themselves. When I say health, I mean, you need to keep some time in your market, in your calendar if you have to, but set a routine for yourself that I need to exercise, I need to sleep on time, I need to have my meals on time, I need to have my snacks on time, I need to control whatever sugar levels that I'm eating. So you are keeping a check on your health, you are taking care of your mindset, whereby what you're doing is you're daily reflecting on what are the things that you did, what were the outcomes that you got, what were the hurdles that you faced, what the solutions that you could bring on table. So you're doing a daily reflection of what's happening, and you're writing down things, because see, when you start writing down things, it actually registers. Your mind starts registering that, okay, fine, you've written it down, and I think you believe in it too. And it actually makes a big impact, because I'm a firm believer. So if I have to do any kind of thinking, or I'm making a strategy in my mind, so instead of typing on the laptop, I always start writing down in a notebook. And maybe it's an old school thought, but many people today, I've started doing that even on my laptop now. But I think writing for me works best. But if writing on your laptop works best for you, then start journaling even in your laptop as well, right? There's no harm in that. New trends are always welcome, as long as you're making notes of what happened during the day, what was the key learnings you took, were you part of a problem or were you part of a solution, right? And look at if you can do some meditation, or every few hours that you're working, or every 1 hour that you're working, please get up from your chair, go walk a bit, take a 5-minute break and come back, and you will make yourself even more focused at work. Because when we're sitting on a chair and we're working and looking at our gadgets, we get tired, our body gets tired, our mind gets tired, our eyes are tired. So every 1 hour, when you take like a 5-minute break, you stretch your legs, you're stretching your arms and you're moving your neck, and you go out maybe in your balcony, or you're just stepping out of your office, take a cup of coffee with you and enjoy the nature for 5 minutes and come back. And that will actually bring your focus back, and you'll not be that tired too, right? And here you need to also set your boundaries, because setting working hours is very important so that you don't get burnout. So if there is too much work coming on your table, you are already working on a particular assignment, your colleague comes and says, please यार मेरा भी काम कर दो ना यार, और तुम बोलोगे हाँ यार कर देता हूं मैं, उससे क्या हो रहा है? You already have enough work and you're accepting other people's work too. You will burn out, right? So start saying no, set boundaries for yourself, right? Let me give you an example here. There is an executive whose performance levels are very, very high. Now he schedules deep work sessions, in the morning. So when the energy levels are very high, anything that requires more concentration, it's anything that he's working on, he always or she always allocates the time in the morning. So the morning is the time that he or she focuses on something that really requires a lot of focus. It's a big task that they have to do, and takes intentional breaks in between, keeps the evenings for personal time. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to become a very high performing executive by doing all of this, right? Here you can follow one rule: apply the energy management rule, right? This is, how does it sound? Energy management rule. Well, work on completing tasks that are very, very complex when your energy levels are very high, right? So something that is very complicated, something that you've been like postponing कि यार इसमें बहुत time जाएगा, मेरा बहुत focus जाएगा, मेरी बहुत energy जाएगी. So keep all of those complex tasks that you have, do it when your energy levels are very high. Maybe first thing in the morning when you reach office, or you think that, morning is like too busy for me. After lunch, because you take very light lunch and you feel if your energy levels are very high in the afternoon, you can do that. But I've yet to meet somebody whose energy levels are very high in the afternoon. So always keep your complex tasks when your energy levels are the highest, which preferably or which always is in the morning time, and schedule small little breaks to recharge yourself, and you will see a lot of difference, right? So with that, we come to the end of my episode. Well, the final thoughts that I want to share with you to shift to an outcome oriented mindset is that success in today's workplace is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. So by aligning with outcomes rather than hours, you will achieve more by working less, meaning the time that you put in will be less. You will increase your job satisfaction. You'll be more motivated. You will reduce the stress that you have at work as well. By doing this, what you're doing is your managers, your leaders will recognize your efforts, and they will see that, whatever that you're working, you are giving outcomes, and you will gain recognition at work as well for your meaningful contributions. So please set clear goals, work on high impact tasks, measure progress, and not the time that you're spending on doing your tasks. Solve problems efficiently. Don't only focus on problems, but look at what solutions you can bring on tables, and integrate your work and life for sustainability. With that, I'm going to give you a challenge now. This week, shift your mindset. Stop tracking the number of hours and start tracking the results, right? With that, we come to the end of our episode. I really hope that you found value in this. And if you did, you know what to do. Like, comment, and share this video with all your friends and colleagues. And of course, hit the subscribe button if you've still not subscribed to my channel. Yes, share your experiences in the comments below. I would love to hear from you as well. Okay, have a great day, everyone. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.